Hello YouTube and welcome to another Proxmox tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you how to install Fedora CoreOS on Proxmox. So are you ready? Let's get started. So first thing first, what is Fedora CoreOS? Okay, so let me show you the official website actually. So here we go. So this is the official website of Fedora CoreOS. So as you can see, it's part of the Fedora project. So it's an operating system, but it's the container optimized OS. So if you want to run, for example, Docker containers, this is the way to go. So it's minimal OS with automatic updates, scalable and secure. Okay. But why do we need to install it on actually Proxmox? Because simply we want to take advantages of Proxmox, like for example backup or networking or monitoring tools. Okay, of course you can download this actually OS in a bare metal or another actually platform. So if you go to the download section here, you will see it can be installed on different platforms here. So it can be launched on the cloud or installed on a bare or virtualized environment. Okay, as you can see here, there are different platforms where you can install it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how you can install it simply on Proxmox. Okay, so first thing first, you have to check the GitHub repo. So this is the GitHub repo for the Fedora CoreOS for Proxmox. So actually we have to clone this repo in order to execute a script. Okay, so let's do that. So of course you will find the description or the links to the website and the GitHub repo. Okay, so let's switch back to Proxmox. Here we go, and we're gonna go to the shell. Okay, and you know the usual command in order to clone repo is git clone. Then I will paste here the name or the link to the repo. Okay, here we go. So it's cloning this Fedora CoreOS Proxmox. Okay, so let's list the content. You can see a new repo has been created called Fedora CoreOS Proxmox. So let's go into it. So cd Fedora, here we go, and let's list the content. So you can find here some different files, but the most interesting file that we're gonna actually need is this vm setup.sh. so it's a script. So let me show you what is inside. So let me open it, for example, using nano here. Here we go. So this is our file, but here you have actually to change something, or at least if you have something special you have to change it. For example, here for the template VM storage and snippet storage, by default it uses here the local. So if you install Proxmox and you didn't change the name for your storage, you can leave that. But if you have a different name for your storage, like mine for example, my local storage is called not local, but I call it storage. Okay, so this is one storage. So I have here to change this template VM storage and also the snippet storage to the corresponding name for my Proxmox. So let's do that. So I told you mine is called storage. Here we go. So we need to change these two parameters. Okay, here we go. And after that also the version here, as you can see, the Fedora CoreOS version here is 32, which is quite old. If you want to see the latest version, you can simply return to the official website here. Here we go for CoreOS, and I will go to the releases noted. Okay, so you change here to the stable streams. Okay, and you can see here the latest version is 43, not 39. So you can change it to whatever version you want. So for example, I will just, for example, choose this 42. Here we go. I will copy it and I will return back to my Proxmox here, and I will try to change this 32 to the version that I have chosen. Okay, so I guess this is all here that I'm gonna change. So I'm gonna of course save the file, Control X, hit yes and hit enter. So I have changed these two parameters, the storage name and the version name. Okay, next we have to do something very special here, which is very important. Also, we have to add snippet to our storage. So if I go to my Proxmox here, or actually data center or Proxmox, if I go to storages, so this is the name of my storage. So if you're using the default installation, it will be called local, not storage. So here I have to edit the storage. Okay, and in the content field I have to add snippets, which already done. Okay, but if it's not selected, you have to select it and hit OK. Okay, so I added that snippet to my storage. So now I can return back to my shell here, and I can go to the Fedora. Okay, and I can simply run the script here. Okay, so let's run the script. So if you want to run script, it's pretty easy. Just you have to type its name, VM setup, and I will hit enter here. Okay, so of course you have to have enough storage. You must activate content snippet on storage. Okay, so here it's telling me that I have actually to activate, so maybe I didn't select it. So let's return back here to the storage. In order to activate its snippets, I will click on my storage actually. So actually it's not here, I have to go to the data center storage, and this is my storage. So maybe I have also to add, because this one, as you can see here, there is no storage, so I have to click on it, edit it, and choose snippet. Okay, now. Okay, so now you can see the snippet has been added to the content. So now hopefully it will work. So I will go to my node here, I will cd into Fedora, and I will run script. Here we go. So you can see now it's downloading the Fedora CoreOS version 42. So we will wait for the process to finish. So now it's creating our cloud init image. So here you can see the last line, which is convert VM. So the VM ID is 900. So it will convert it to a template, hopefully. So now it's done. So if I take a look at the left side here, and we can see indeed it has created the Fedora CoreOS here, which has an ID of 900. Okay, so now if I go to this template here, and if I go to the cloud init, I can customize it to my needs. So for example, for the user, I will choose Amine. I will set up also a password here. So this is part of the cloud init image. So for DNS servers, I will choose the Google one. Okay, what else? I don't need SSH key, but you can configure it if you want. Okay, and also you can change your IP config if you want. So I will just choose DHCP here, and I will hit OK. So now that we have set up the Cloud Init settings, I can just clone this template actually. So let's do that. So I will go here to right click on this template and I will clone it. So I'll choose, of course, the target node. I will keep the VM ID, and here I can give it a name. So for example, I will call it CoreOS. Okay. For the mode, I will choose full clone. Okay, and I will clone that image, and hopefully it will create another image or virtual machine, as you can see here, which has as an ID 170. Okay. And now let's boot this virtual machine. So I will start it actually, and I will go to the console actually. So this is it, it's booting Fedora CoreOS 42. Okay, so now I can enter the credentials that I have entered on the template, which is Amina, and I guess this is the password, and I am in, as you can see here. So this is Fedora CoreOS 42 that we have chosen, and which natively support Docker. Okay. So that was just a brief video to show you how you can install this container OS called Fedora CoreOS on Proxmox. So if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave comments or a question. I will answer them, and also a like if you like the video. So as always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.